to do. Every step I take hurts like knives in my feet, and all of my sisters are gone, and my father is just eaten by a giant fish, and the ocean is, instead of being a wondrous place, is now a terrifying place, and I can't breathe water anymore. I am complete driftwood.
Well, why don't you come with us, have a nap,
Okay.
and you don't have to decide straight away.
We'll tell you everything that we know.
Yeah.
And we can just kind of put our heads together and meet these other princesses and see, we'll feel them out together.
I think we're in the same position as you are. We don't totally know what we want either, but it seems like...
Alba holds the golden bridle and says, I think not only do you not know what you want, I think it's quite possible you don't know what you have. And here you see she eyes your book for the first time.
What do you think this is?
The book you hold is a true book. That is why the people you put into it are not truly gone. Inside that book is the same as being here in this story, no lesser. That book, and I believe you may have recently seen a castle made of books much like that one.
Well, that's the in-between.
Aye, 'tis the origin of a book like that. The only difference is this. It looks to me like that book is mostly blank.
Yeah.
I've seen many true books. Things of great power. And here she gestures to like Pinocchio's book that he's holding. A true book can do great workings in the world. I've never seen a blank true book before.
You know who disrupted everything and put these in here? We've now met a couple other people like me who have books like this. How did we get these? Who introduced that into our ecosystem?
Who brought the gander? I don't know, Mother Goose. And she says, sun's getting low over the sea. Time for me to be going.
Before you leave, please don't hex me for see this. But
You've primed me to hex you.
I know. Will you guys know me if she hexes me?
Yeah, I got it. Yes, good.
I think actually you can still help Vera. And I look at the golden bridle. Is that a summoned steed thing?
There needs to be a beast for you to be able to.
But Mira could use that to then kind of have someone to ride so she doesn't have to ride.
Okay, I'll trade you for this extremely rare berry.
No, you can't give me that.
Most of those ancient stone columns are down!
What are you doing?
Keep toppling
But I'm
them!
being 100% serious about this. I would trade this for the bridle to be back to us.
To be
And this, and it's a U.S. American dollar.
Oh boy.
I don't know. My heart. I mean, if we just went around and voted, my heart says princesses.
My heart says princess.
I think it's. I mean, maybe it's just because I want to meet them, or maybe it's
And
because it's easy.
There's this impending battle. It's
Yes,
probably,
that's
like,
true.
half
It could
an
be
hour.
too. It could be too late.
I mean, I a little bit am leaning Baba Yaga, but if everybody else is pro princess, let's go princess.
I'm like mainly princesses, but then I'm son Baba Yaga.
I'm like rising.
Oh, that's it,
and-
right?
To the princesses!
Just so you know, Mira, I can turn into a horse. So you give me the side, and I'll
Oh,
turn into a horse.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you could just ride a horse around.
Would that be fun?
That's great. Is it going to be a full transformation, or?
Yeah, you hear my
It's a
bones
real
crack,
wolf
and
time.
everything becomes like disjointed.
Imagine a horse, but really sharp teeth.
Can you do it just now, just so I can get a look?
Real quick, sorry.
So what Ilsa described as a horse, which is a bone-snapped, vivisected little girl.
Hop on, buddy.
Honey, hop on.
Just hop on, Mira.
All right, kids.
Ooh, whatever process that is makes your skin really hot.
Yeah, something's dying and being reborn every time.
She goes, okay, well, I'm glad that that's an option and that we have the carriage.
I hop on.
Let's go!
a nightmare.
I go in the carriage with Mira.
Ah!
Kid, you
How
have
does
been
it
looking
feel to get
some-
your
on a
sacred
19
relics
perception.
destroyed?
There's some like goats, and some
Agathians,
sheep nearby.
the
and up
heretics'
on a hill, you
leaders
see
are
that there is
gathering
a
in the
mule
stone
with
circle.
a mustache.
Kill them
and you see
all!
that the mule sees the approaching carriage and just turns and begins to sort of first sort of trot and then sort of like run off into the woods.
I'm gonna take off after this mule.
Do you take any of us?
No.
You sprint off after this animal.
Yo, Alphonse!
No.
That's not a real mules don't have mustaches, Alphonse.
No, I don't know who are Alphonse. And you take off into the woods, easily catch up, and you see a panting mule, the corner of the mustache coming off. You see the mule turns and says, "Hello, you want?"
And I put it on.
And coming out of invisibility, Cinderella takes off her helmet, looks and goes, "Rosamond," and goes in to give you an embrace.
I gotta go back.
She gives you an embrace.
Clank.
Clank, clank, clank.
It's cold.
Cold, very cold here. Everything's quite cold in Snow.
Most of the
Hello,
pagan
I am
chieftains have
Princess
fallen.
Mira
Put
of
the rest to
Merfolk.
the sword.
Cinderella goes and says, "Well, Snow White told me, and I couldn't believe it. How about it?" You see that she says, "I am Cinderella of the Kingdom of Elegy. A pleasure and an honor, my sister," and embraces her here. "Should we set out some places at the table?" And a beautiful young princess who is dock-ocking on her hair comes down the castle wall. And just like hair monsters over, kind of floating. But she's fully like hanging from, her hair kind of like arcs over and she's kind of like dangling from her own hair. And she says, "Charmed," and curtsies and slowly is like brought down to the ground. She says, "I am the Princess Rapunzel."